Hello everyone. Today we're going to build off the last tutorial, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple level design for a game. And the game we're working with today is a rocket boost game where the rocket boosts forward and you can rotate side to side, and you're trying to get from a launch pad to a landing pad while avoiding obstacles. The GitHub for the game will be linked in the description if you guys are curious or if you want to download it and play with the game yourselves. So, first I'm going to show you what we're working with here. The rocket, you boost up, you go sideways. It doesn't rotate on the z-axis, which is the forward and backward axis. And yeah, so the first thing we need to add in here is going to be ground, because right now it's just a blank kind of universe that we're in. So we're going to add in the terrain prefab, and we're going to set it to position to zeros. So it's in the middle now, but as you can see, right now it's like on top of the ground, not in the ground basically. And we want it to be like the ground. We want it to be exactly um, on the bottom. So we can kind of estimate it around, but if you want to get it exactly, you can look at the scale and see right now it's the height is 30 of the ground, and the position is of the center. So we divide 30 by 2 and get 15, and then subtract the y value by 15. That's exactly on the ground. You can see the rocket's only half the ground, so we move that up. And then we have this. We have the ground there. If we let the rocket hit the ground, it explodes, and then it'll reset the level. So the next two things we need to add in are the launch pad, which automatically sticks to the ground, which is nice, and we'll move the rocket over the launch pad. You can see when the rocket hits launch pad, it's safe, it's friendly. And then if we, sorry, it looks like the Z is a little off here, so move it to 0, move this to 0, that'll be more lined up. And then we're going to add in landing pad, which is what you want to land on. And when we land there, they get green ding, or green explosion, and a ding, and it'll go to the next level. So, now that we have that, we can start actually designing the level. So the two things you want to think about when designing a level are what's like the goal of the user experience, and then what is like the setting you're aiming for. So the goal for this game is to make the player feel like a skilled rocket pilot. So we want to give them a mix of difficulty where they feel like they're using skill and they should be happy with completing it and feel rewarded. But also it shouldn't be too difficult where they fail too much and then they don't feel like a skilled pilot and they just get frustrated that they can't complete the level. So we're going to put in some light obstacles for this course, and then the setting that we're going to go for, you can choose whatever setting you want in designing level. I kind of like caves, so I'm thinking of doing cave level. And yeah, so the next thing we're going to do is just move the rocket and the launch pad and landing pad off the ground, and then we're going to add on the floor. So we're working with prefabs here, and the rocket, the launch pad, landing pad, and terrain are all prefabs. So we're gonna add in a obstacle prefab, and these, if you hit them, you also explode, just like you hit the ground, the brown ground. Anyway, so we're gonna press R, and we're gonna go to the scaling tool, and we're gonna make it wide, and we're gonna make it kind of long, basically cover the whole ground. And then, as you can see, in the game, or this is the camera view basically, but if you land on it, it'll explode. But that right here, this is just like a really clean, even ground. I'll make it 0, so it's fully on the ground. But it doesn't look like a cave. A cave wouldn't be this smooth. So we're going to add in some more obstacles. And we're going to rotate them. Pressing E to get to the rotate tool. And we're going to go like this. And we're going to move it down. And then we're going to do, check how that looks. It's kind of different, kind of cool. Gonna make another one. Make this one a little taller. And we're gonna rotate it that way. And already you're seeing you have some texture here. I'm gonna do something similar for this one, move it up a little. You have some texture, let's add one more maybe. Kind of overlap them. And then bring it this way. There we go, that's the start for the floor, which makes it feel a little more like a cave. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to do was a background. So just looking into like the abyss kind of, not only is that satisfying, especially when you're in a cave, there should be like a back wall. So we're gonna add in a black background. This is also coming from prefab. And we're gonna reset the values here for the position to 0, 0, 0. As you can see, when Z, which is kind of forward or backward, is 0 for this, it's right in the center, but it's blocking a lot of stuff. So we're going to move it back, say 40. And now when we look, we have a clean black background, which I think looks better and more cavey than the kind of empty background. So next thing we're going to add in is, let's do a side, or let's do a ceiling first. So we're going to add in some, actually, in this case, we can just copy the main floor and bring it up. Let's look at the game screen. We want it to be on the ceiling. So that looks pretty good. That'll help blocking some light and making it all feel like you're still inside a cave, even though it's a pink cave. Anyways, so we can add in more like jagged stuff to the roof later once we figure out where our obstacles are. So now we're gonna add in, let's do the sides next. So I'm add an obstacle on the side here. See how far over, yeah, so we can see most of it. So move this over and then scale it up. And then what I'm gonna do, see, it looks kind of weird, just like a pillar as the cave. So I'm gonna make it a little skinnier, and then I'm gonna rotate it over and then kind of towards the camera. And that's gonna be towards the back. And then let's make it reach the ceiling. Okay, and then we can duplicate it, and then bring it forward towards us, and then scale it the opposite way. Let's bring it in a little more. Okay, let's bring it back. Looking a little better, and then maybe we'll make this one skinnier or shorter, and then we can add in one more, kind of a bigger one. That'll be more centered. Yeah, it's already looking a little better. And then I think we should bring this one a little forward. And whenever you're doing something like this, where you're not trying to make it exact, you're trying to make it look like a blocky environment. Actually, you know what? Let's make it come forward a lot. See how that looks. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Let's maybe make it overlap a little more. That looks a little better to me. Anyways, that's a quick start on the side. Yeah. And then we can copy these, Control D, and move it over here. And then we can work on this, make it different, because cave's not going to be symmetrical. So let's maybe rotate here. Make this one the shorter one. And then maybe move them all a little too far. Let's move it back in. And as you can see, it's really just playing around with like cubes and just scaling them, moving them, rotating them. Pretty simple concepts, but this should be good to give you guys an example of what it would be like. Okay, so now I have some side. Now what I'm going to do is add in some stuff for the landing pad and launch pad to like be on. So move the landing pad over, and let's give it like something to latch onto, so it's not just like floating in the air. So we'll duplicate this, make it kind of skinnier, and then we're gonna rotate back over. I think we should make it more like that. I think more like pillar, yeah. And then move this over, and then move this a little forward. Something for it to be on, and that makes it feel a little more realistic. And then do something similar over here. I don't like how big this looks personally, so I'm gonna make it smaller for the launch pad, and I'm gonna bring it over towards this wall, and maybe we'll make them start up higher and give it that already looks better. Maybe we'll scale it this way or rotate it that way. Let's see, yeah, maybe move the launch pad a little bit up. And there we go. So now I need to move the rocket. Make sure I select all of the rocket by clicking on it in the hierarchy. And then there we go. Here's our start. There we go. Goes. Okay, hit the sidewall. So maybe that's something we can change. That might be a frustrating experience for the player. So we can make this a little wider. So it's a bigger landing space to land on. And then similarly, I think it could also apply to here. Just make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So now we have like our borders, if you will, but we don't have any obstacles in the middle. So now we're gonna really make these be true obstacles, and I think what we're gonna do this theme, I think it's just gonna be simple. Like caves are generally big spaces, then little spaces, then big spaces. So I think I'm gonna add in kind of a, let's make this over here, and then yeah, I'm adding kind of like a corner that it goes into. Let's make it a little skinnier. And then I think we're gonna have that going that way. Then we're gonna have something else coming down the same at the opposite angle. So Control D, move it up, and then rotate. move it in a little more. And then we're going to make it not the exact same angle, so maybe it's like that. Give them something to fly through. We want to make it, again, not too difficult. Yeah, so I think that's a little too small of a space. Maybe we can go, maybe that's what we can do. Maybe we can go like this. Or, we can go under then over. That's kind of a cool idea. Let's try that. I don't think that's too difficult. And then, see what else we can do to make it feel more like a cave. Maybe we can add in some more stuff on the ceiling. So let's add another one here and make this just like small, different angle. Yeah, that kind of adds some texture elements to it. Duplicate it, add another one. And then move it up a little maybe. And the last one over here. And it kind of makes it feel more rocky. Let's not make them all the same size. Maybe this one can be kind of small. We'll make this one bigger. Move it over, and then make this one a little smaller maybe. There we go. Let's add some texture to the ceiling. And then you got a level that I think looks cool and might even look challenging, but I don't think it'll be too challenging actually for the player. Especially if we make this, let's make it a little smaller. Now try playing it. Always keep testing your game. There you go. They kind of fly through the center there. I might even make this a little bit taller. Give them a little more of a challenge. Yeah, there we go. And there you have it. That's a quick and easy level. You can see we can check to see how it feels with our goals. And I think we got the theme of cave pretty good. And we got the difficulty level to be pretty mixed. Especially when I've been playing around with this rocket for a while. But if we're going to put this near the start of our game, we want it to be something pretty simple. Teach them how to like go under, go over, avoid the obstacles, and land on the landing pad. There you have it. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.